Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist here at American RV in beautiful Grand Rapids, Michigan. And today I'm here to tell you about the 2018 Winnebago Winnie Drop 1790. This is a beautiful rear kitchen couples coach and it's under 2,900 pounds, nice and lightweight. Let's go ahead and start on the outside here. We'll hit some of the features out here and then we will head on in. So right here's a propane tank cover. You'll see this is just a single tank. Right inside there is your 20-pound tank. Very easy to access. Just undo the thumb screw and lift up the door there. Behind that, you have rails for your battery box. And if you take a look, tucked right underneath here, that is a storage location for your sewer hose. The teardrop shaped models generally don't have your steel tubular bumper, so they give you that guy right there, which is nice and handy. Coming up the front here is the black diamond plating. This helps protect your front end from some of the rocks and debris that get thrown up by your tow vehicle. That way it doesn't damage your beautiful fiberglass front end. Speaking of the fiberglass front end, the cool thing about the Winnie Drop, this front end is also your roof and your back end because it's one-piece fiberglass all the way through. The cool thing about that, the reason that's an advantage to you, is because it's less chance for any kind of water penetration. One of the biggest enemies to travel trailers is water, and the place it normally comes in at is on the roof. Makes sense. So by having one piece, that eliminates the seams going across, and because the natural curvature, the water runs to the front and back where again there are no seams. So helps prevent water, and the water again going to the front and back means it doesn't get all over your campsite. So very cool construction wise. Another great part about construction, take a look at that sidewall. It is gorgeous. One of the best looking sidewalls in the industry, one of the best built in the towable industry. This is a T60 fiberglass. Probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you. Essentially what that is the T60 fiberglass is a thicker fiberglass. It actually comes in sheets. A lot of manufacturers, especially when it comes to lightweight towables in this class, they'll use like a Lamelux, which is a rolled fiberglass. Now, while that still makes a nice exterior, the T60 fiberglass, you don't see any ripples. It is smooth all the way across. And they need that because on top of that, they put a true pour gel coat exterior. And that is why you get the shine and luster in the Winnebago towables. You can buff this thing and it will last the life of the RV. It will have that nice reflection in there. It's very similar to a boat hull. It's a very similar process in which it is made. And just like a boat, again, it will keep that luster. So as we take a look at our front storage compartment, I'll open this up for you. You can see it is a very spacious storage compartment here. It also goes up this way a little bit, so you have some great storage and a battery disconnect in there. Again, that's kind of a sign of a higher end travel trailer. It costs a little bit more money, but it's super convenient. Rather than having to constantly open up your battery box and disconnect your posts, you just flip that disconnect and it will kill all power to the RV. If you take a look right underneath, a couple neat things down here as well. One is this right here. This is your propane quick connect. So if you're one that likes to grill outside, if you're anything like me, I know I certainly do, you can go ahead and use that and that will feed off your 20-pound propane tank rather than having to buy the little green guys. Also, this is a huck bolt frame. Huck bolt has a couple of advantages over a welded frame. The first being that when your frame rusts out, the place it normally starts to rust is right at that weld seam. So by eliminating that weld seam, you eliminate that chance for rust, so your frame will generally last longer and look better for a longer period of time. The other great thing about it is if you ever do get in any damage, if you back into anything or you hit something, if you have a welded frame and it bends the frame, that's trouble. With a huck bolt frame, they can actually remove the pieces of frame. They cut the bolts, take that piece out, put a new piece in, bolt it back in, and you are good to go. What that means in the long run is it's a lot cheaper for you. The other cool thing is the stabilization jacks on there. That's a BAL stabilization jack on all four corners. They take about half the turns that your standard ones do, so it's a lot quicker to set up camp as well as tear camp down. You take a look up top, this is the awning. It's a cool style awning, it's a screw style. So rather than your old manual awnings where you have to sit here and mess with it, pull it out, go down to the other end where it's a two-person job, this one you just have a tool with a hook at the end, you put it in that little loop and it turns and the awning comes right out. And I'm telling you, it is super simple and easy. Honestly, you can put it out just as fast, if not quicker, than you can a power awning. So definitely a nice awning on there. You'll also see two outside speakers. If you want to sit out here and jam out, you can do that. Those are controlled by the multimedia center inside, but it is Bluetooth capable. So if you have a smartphone or a tablet, maybe an iPod, something like that, you can sit right out here and control it with the media on your device. Black tank flush. This is neat too. Rather than having to take a hose and dragging it all through your camper and putting it down the toilet to wash out your black tank when you're done camping, now you simply take the hose, screw it into right there. The black tank has sprayers built in and it does the job for you. Just keeps your camper a little bit cleaner. If you take a look at the wheel here, you'll see that is an aluminum alloy wheel. So it looks great and it won't rust. Plus it doesn't corrode nearly as easy. Nitrogen filled tire there. And take a look at that axle. That is what they call a torsion axle. It's a better suspension system to ensure that you will have a smooth ride going down the road. And speaking of towing, another great thing about the Winnie Drop, this is only 6.5 foot wide. With the fender flares here, this is a full 8 on both sides, but being 6.5 wide is really advantageous when you're towing with something smaller. One, because it's less wind resistance and wind drag when you're going down the road. And the other, because you don't have to have the big mirror extenders to be able to see down the sides of your RV. Getting in here is super simple. You have one step, but that's all you need. I mean, if you notice, it's a low profile RV, which it's supposed to be. Again, it's lightweight. You want that to sit low so it's not way up over your vehicle. The other cool thing, they give you a foldable easy grab handle. And if you take a look again at some lightweight manufacturers, most of them don't do this. You just have a little guy right here. This makes it really nice and easy to climb inside, especially if you're a little bit older, if you have bad knees. That will ensure you aren't going to slip and fall. Right back here, electrical outlet, pretty self-explanatory. If you need to plug something in outside, that is the place to do it. Come take a look at the back with me real quick here. And again, as I mentioned, we were up front. You can see that one piece fiberglass coming right down the side. The last two things I want to mention, you have a rear window. Sorry, it's a little windy, folks. The rear window here, that is in your kitchen. We'll see that when we go in. And lastly, if you take a look right underneath there, right by our beautiful grass, you see that there is a spare tire. Hopefully you never have to use it, but if you do, you know where it's at. Welcome to the inside of the 2018 Winnebago Winnie Drop 1790. So as I mentioned, this is a rear kitchen model, so let's go ahead and start right back there. You'll see you have great countertop space in here. For a smaller coach, again with the weight, you have to love this much countertop space. You have great prep space right over here, and you have some additional space back here for like a coffee maker or toaster, and you will see that they have appropriately put an electrical outlet there, as well as an additional one right over there. The windows right here, as I showed you when we were outside, so of course that lets in some great natural light during the day. 2-burner cooktop here, as well as our single basin sink, which again, that's all you really need. It's kind of all you want in this size. That gives you all this extra prep space here, so I do like that. Sink top cover as well is probably underneath. I'll show you that in just a bit. And then you have the high-rise faucet here. So if we take a look under the cooktop, you can see here you have good extra space there, excellent pantry space for anything that you want to throw in there, maybe some s'mores, something like that, right? 3 drawers. This top one's a little bit shorter. You can see that, but that's because you have plumbing from the sink. So then the next 2 are nice and long, so that way you have plenty of room there for all of your silverware, serving utensils, spoons, spatulas, everything like that. And then right over here, yep, there it is. There's our sink top cover and the extra storage right there too. So again, very usable kitchen storage space right in here. Now in our slide, we have the U-shaped dinette, which I'll show you in just a moment. But of course, you also see our microwave right here with the weight, 2,880 pounds, nice and lightweight. And then right here is our fridge freezer combo. When I open up the top here, you can see the controls, pretty simple, on, off, and then right there, you have your auto function. So this unit runs off both propane and electric, and it also has automatic switchover. You do have the drop-down freezer compartment there as well. Let's take a quick look right over here. So right as soon as you come in the door, open these guys up. If it were me, I'd probably use this as a pantry. You have good storage underneath, but this is just nice, easy access, easy to get to. It's at, your regular grabbing height here. Or if you want, you can put other stuff in there. If you're camping in the fall, maybe you want some scarves, hats, things like that. But again, it's just great utilization of space. I definitely like that they have put that in there. If you take a look at the rest of the slide out, this is the U-shaped dinette. The thing that's cool about this, you're probably not going to take up the whole thing, obviously, with just 2 people. but this allows you to have friends, family, guests come on over. So you do have enough room there where everyone can kind of sit around, and if you want to have a meal together, play a game together, you can do that. If you want to take this table out for some more space, this table completely moves, so you can just, sit right here without the table. That's not an issue. If you want to do some work here, you can do that too. There's an electrical outlet down here. You can plug in a laptop or tablet too, and you have the nice table here. Or if your guests want to spend the night, great, not a problem either. This table does drop down, it sits on the rails, you can take the back cushions, put it in, and this is large enough to sleep 2 full adults. The other cool thing, it's a great place to hang out. They have these back cushions here to sit in, to rest in. You can sit in this corner, put your legs out and watch the TV. I'll show you in just a moment. Or drop it down into a bed and hang out, whatever you want. But I think this is a great addition to have here. You also see the window there to let in some natural light. And then right up top, you have the nice decorative glass there. And when I open up those doors, you can see some additional storage for whatever you want to put there. Across the way, here's some of your component controls. This controls your slide. You can see your tank monitoring panels here as well. Thermostat there, lights, of course. And then this controls your fan right here in the bathroom. You can see your vent fan right up there to quickly help moisture escape. This is a fully functional wet bath. You see your hand shower there as well as your sink. And then right over here you have your toilet. And the floor, of course, is your shower basin. Now, these walls are meant to get wet, so don't worry about it if they get wet. They're supposed to. They're able to, they're not going to mold or anything on you. Again, that's what they're intended to do. And then right on the back wall, you have this little magazine rack. You can see the shower curtain kind of goes in front of it. Or if you're afraid it's going to get wet, you don't have to put the shower curtain across there. You can just move it across here. You can put some, smaller shampoo bottles and stuff in there. Doesn't open a ton, but you can fit some small ones in there. As you come right over here, open this guy up. This is your main wardrobe space. You can see where you can hang some clothes right up there. Multimedia center right underneath. I mentioned this when we were outside. That's your radio, CD, and DVD player, so you can pop a movie in there. Watch it on the TV, which is right over here. So you can see this is on a swing arm mount. So I can go ahead and swing that guy out. So that way you can swing out, watch it on the dinette, as I mentioned. If you don't want to watch a DVD, you want to watch some TV, not an issue. It does have the King Jack antenna. This is an upgraded low-profile antenna that you don't have to worry about raising up and down. You just have to turn it to find the best signal. So just makes it a lot easier. It's one less thing you have to remember when you're breaking down camp. Underneath that multimedia center, though, I do want to show you this. You have 3 nice drawers here, right? Good storage. Speaking of drawers, take a look at this. Extra storage area right there. So good extras. I don't know why I said drawers. Good extra storage space there. You have that on both sides of the dinette. So I forgot to mention that. We're talking about the dinette, but this is good, easy access. Rather than lifting up the cushion, you can just get into it right here from the sides. And naturally, I'm sitting on the bed here. This can, again, sleep 2 full adults. You have an electrical outlet right over here on the side, so if you need to plug in cell phones, you have a place to do it. Windows on both sides to allow for a cross breeze. Of course, you want to run the AC. There is an AC right in the center of the coach too. And then you have a shelf right up top here. If you want to put extra clothes up there, you can do that. Or again, books. I don't know. It's your camper. You can put whatever up there you want to. But all right, folks, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, this is a 2018 Winnebago Winnie Drop 1790. If you're interested in this RV and you're looking for price and availability, I recommend you give us a call here at American RV, or you can always take a look at our website, which is AmericanRV.com. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and I can't wait to see you on the road to freedom.